Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulvanna. I'm here with Mike Godwin, Dan Schultz, fresh off of suspension from the video. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome, Dan.
I just came in to get my MVP award. That's why I came today. So
Would you say Dan's kind of hard to see?
You know, I'm not biased, but
over here, this big faculty trophy in front of me.
no, I gotta say I'm very deserving of this award. I very much appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Dan,
I like to thank the hack.
Dan, I should have told you when I handed you that it was for talking about our MVP, not giving you the MVP.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, classic mix-up.
You did have a great game though this
No.
past weekend.
That makes more sense.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you. It
You were
wasn't a
using
loss,
both
but-
your hands this weekend.
Yes. Let's not get into my shooting form. I'm still waiting on a highlight.
I still haven't
video.
figured out if you're right-handed or left-handed.
Neither am I. It makes no sense.
No, listen, we could sit up here and talk about
My bad shooting form all day.
your bad shooting form,
We gotta make up
your
for
great
two-
performance this past
I'm
weekend,
gonna make up for 2 weeks of Dan not being here.
the faculty no longer being the reigning champs now that they are
Well,
knocked
we
out of the
still have
playoffs.
one more week.
But we're out now, so we don't have a shot anymore.
Yeah.
But that's just us giving back to the hack
Yep.
adult basketball community, giving somebody else a turn. That's what we do. The first game, let's talk about semifinals in the B division first. Then we'll talk about the B division championship, and then we'll go on and talk about the A division championship.
Perfect.
We have some great matchups this season. I think from the beginning of the playoffs, outside the faculty getting knocked out, these are probably the 4 teams that I thought would be left in the B division.
Yep.
I may have predicted completely wrong last week, but that's only because I was thrown off because Dan wasn't on my right side.
You predicted back on a mission to be in this?
No, I said I got him wrong last week.
Yeah.
It happens once a season. Happens once a season. But first up, let's talk about Team Doc going up against Hog Mob. Now, Hog Mob just held the highest powered offense that maybe the Hack B division has ever seen to 36 points to faculty. We were averaging mid-70s throughout the season.
You guys didn't have John Rodriguez and Jeff Lawson.
So if we had them, we would have won, probably.
Yeah, we lost by, what, 60?
Yeah.
They're good for 60.
Yeah, they're good.
Easily.
John, maybe 45, and Jeff at, 16.
I wouldn't say that. I just say the game would be closer.
Dan, you would be mad. They went to the Eagles game.
Oh, they
Can you
did?
believe
Yeah. So we feel your pain a
that?
little
Start
bit.
us up for the Eagles game.
Let's talk about this Hog Mob and Doc matchup. Doc's team coming off 4 players in double figures. Gavin Bethel, team high, 17 points. Don't forget about 7 rebounds. Gavin, 0 assists. Hold on a minute. Gavin.
No, that's right, too. We had Evan.
Evan did it. Yeah,
Evan
can't
noticed
be
that.
wrong.
He doesn't miss
Lamont Corey, 16. There's been an Alex Bianchi sighting, 15 points. 3 3-pointers.
Welcome.
I saw him dishing the ball.
Welcome back, Doc.
Welcome back. He's in playoff form.
Yeah.
But Mark London just barely getting double figures with 13. But, I mean, that's what we expect out of Mark.
Yeah.
So, Dan, tell me, what are your thoughts? Team Doc going against Hog Mob.
It's going to be a really close matchup. It's going to be a tough matchup because, both of these teams, I saw Hog Mob absolutely slaughter the faculty. And they don't let up. Even when they're up by 50 points, they still have to score and run like outlet passes like they're the Golden State Warriors or something like that. So they don't let up.
Well, they were trying to get to 100. Big Macs for all the fans. I can understand that. Kind of like, the Sixers, if they score over 90, Papa John's does that great thing the next day. We'll, free Big Macs if
We should
Hog
have
Mob
given
gets
him a
100.
hard foul.
Teach him a lesson.
Yeah, teach
Come
him
in the paint like
outlet
that.
pass.
Yeah, don't outlet pass
When
from the
you're
back
going-
and he's letting you go to the next
Yeah.
round.
I don't think I played 1 second of defense in the second half.
No, what time is this game?
This game is at 4:30.
And what time would the championship game be?
Championship game will be at 7:30.
Okay. So not only are you interfering with Team Doc's lunch schedule and nursing home, but you're also interfering with their bedtime, which is probably a good 7 o'clock. I was shocked they played as well as they did at 8:30 last Sunday against us. I was very surprised, but I don't know. It was kind of I thought it was kind of a fluke. But if they're gonna win this game and then play the champion, there's no way they're winning both
Yeah,
games.
they're just going back to the old
They're
guys
too old. They're too
because they beat you this weekend.
No, it has nothing to do with that. I've always called them old. I've always done that. And the nursing home right up the street that they're building for them.
Well, Dan, I just heard that there's a big star on Team Doc's team that is in the makings of a remake of a new movie. Do you remember the movie White Men Can't Jump?
I do.
Well, I heard that Alan was over filming Old Guys Can't Jump. on the same basketball court that they did White Men Can't Jump.
Is he going to do the Wesley Snipes character? Is he going to be the? I don't.
No, it's just old guys.
Oh, it's just old.
Yeah, it's just old guys can't jump.
Well, everyone knows that. Well, Alan can jump. Well, he doesn't jump like a normal person. He jumps off of 1 foot.
Yes,
so.
and now he's not even wearing soles in his shoes anymore.
Yeah, he
I think it's for the movie. I think it's for the
He
movie.
basically wears bare feet out there. You can't wear bare feet.
That's dedication. Get into the role, I guess. Yeah. Well. Anyways.
I heard, Alan, wink, wink, that they're doing a Sports Illustrated article about that, and it should be out this week.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Last time I think I graced Sports Illustrated the cover of that.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
it
think
was-
you were on last cover boy.
I was shooting a layup. I was shooting a layup.
Let's talk about this Hog
And
Mob.
adjusting the
They have two guys that are over 6'8" in the Church Brothers. What? Lamore's 6'10", Darren 6'8", maybe 6'9", in that ballpark.
Something like that. Yeah.
And then you have over on Team Doc's side, you have Dave Henninger coming in at around 6'8", and you have Gavin 6'6", Allen 6'6". I mean, something's got to give here.
Yep, I mean that was the big advantage that Doc had against us this past weekend is their size because we had John Radowski who did his best, but he was our only guy that was like really that could match up with them. So
I've recently compared John Radowski to Kevin Love with his outlet passes, and
his
not to
other
mention,
passes have been great. Yeah.
not to mention that solo three-pointer he hit
Yeah, he
this
did.
past game.
He did.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's got Kevin Love written all over him.
Just keep buttering up for next season. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, John found me a couple times. But Team Doc and Hog Mob, I mean, yeah, matchups are obviously hugely important, and especially big guys. And the fact that, the Church Brothers play, I mean, they're brothers, so they have insane chemistry. They've been playing all their life. And for that reason, I think Hog Mob is going to win this game in a tightly fisted affair by 7.
Mike, let me hear from you. Who has the edge?
Oh, am I allowed to talk now?
I was inviting you to the conversation.
All right, thanks.
Dan's been gone for a while. He had a lot to say.
I
Yeah, a lot to
3
say.
weeks.
I tune myself out after a while, so even I forget what I'm saying. So
Imagine if you were the faculty this weekend playing against Hog Mob. You want to talk about size difference?
Well, I told David Sadowski this should be a game where you have to be under 6'1" to play,
Yeah,
and he laughed like I was joking.
Yeah,
I was
Jeff-
dead serious.
Jeff Walters was our biggest guy. What's he, 6'1"?
No, probably not. He's
Jeff-
probably like 5'11".
You know what I'm
Size
going
is
to you know what I'm going to call Jeff Walters from now on? I'm going to call him the traitor. He left the Rebels, joined the fact.
He did what he had to do.
Jump shit for
He
one
did
game.
what he had to do.
Leave a
Unbelievable.
losing team and come to the winning team.
Mike, let's talk about
The traitor.
this matchup with Doc and Hog Mob.
Mhm.
I want to know who has the edge in the big guy category. With Team Doc, like I just mentioned, you have Dave Henninger, you have Gavin, you have Allen, all coming in at 6'6" or bigger. And then over there on Hog Mob's side, you have the Church Brothers, and then you also have Jordan Morgan, Kyle Lepore. I mean, I think this whole starting lineup, outside of maybe Glenn, is over 6'3". Who has the edge here, Mike, with the size and rebounding?
Well, it depends what you're talking about. Because defensively, rebounding, I think Hog Mob has the.
Mike, I can't understand. Thank you.
You could understand, but defensively and rebounding, I think Hog Mob has the edge. And offensively, I think Doc has the edge.
Okay, fair enough. So,
You know what they say, though.
Offense wins championships.
Correct.
how about the guard play?
That's going to be the key in this game.
On one side, you have Glenn Scory, who, I mean, Glenn and I kind of played a one-on-one game in the middle of our game. And I beat him. I made one more shot than him. And then all of a sudden, when the game's, pretty much done, he thinks he's going to start hitting threes in my face.
Wait,
Like,
my
our
question-
game was over.
My question
Sorry.
to you is why did the game end between you two?
He missed, and I made the next one.
Okay.
That's how we
All right.
figured it out. So I'm 1-0 against him.
All right, I'll just make this. Just
Seven.
asking.
Foolproof logic. That makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, I beat Dave Sadowski in the game too in one-on-one. I just play a bunch of one-on-one games. I'm not really worried about the team.
What?
Overrated.
I mean, yeah, why
I have
not?
my championship.
Yep. We have one of these.
So no more side rants for me. Well, maybe. So like I was saying, we have Glenn, we have Dave Sadowski, Jordan Morgan, more of a small forward, but let's put him in there. Going up against Doc, Mark London, and Lamont Corey. Who's got the edge here?
Tough. I'm gonna go Hog Mob.
Okay.
No one on Team Doc has the no-look passes Glenn does. And no-look passes.
Did you not see how Doc threaded the needle though this past week?
But Doc's a shooter. He doesn't want to pass the ball.
Does it all these days.
I don't know if he could have two good games in a row. Pretty sure that's
Right.
against the law for him.
Well, he had 5 assists this past game, 2
Yeah, but
steals.
He went home and he looked at the stats. I pass way too much. That's what he said. I'm going to shoot 23 pointers next game, he said to himself.
Who wins this game, Mike?
I'm going to go with Hog Mob by 3 points.
That's a good call.
3 points.
Now in the regular season, I believe Doc beat Hogmob, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a fact. So I may have sounded like I was asking you, but I was telling you.
Okay.
Dan, who are you taking this one?
Oh, I already told you Hog Mob by 7.
So that's
Were you saying that when I was talking about?
No. I
Was
said
this
it
a while
earlier.
ago?
I said it a while
It's a
ago.
revenge game.
We've been talking for about.
So you're both taking Hogmob? Well, guess what? Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take Team Doc. They have, between Team Doc, how many championships does Doc have? How many championships does Mark London have? 7, 8, 20?
That's
Who
back.
knows?
That's back in their heyday, like the '60s.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I heard that Mark London, the only reason he came to Team Docs this season is because the faculty said we're giving back to the community and we're not going to win a championship. And because Doc's wife told him no more trophies.
Got a concert going on
James,
in the
what's going
background.
on, man? Our background music.
Oh, man.
He was playing me right off. Big game James making an appearance. James, you don't have to come over here, but we were just talking about Mark London.
Don't talk about Mark London. He's a lost cause.
That's what we figured. That's what we figured.
And it's a big game. He doesn't do well in big games.
I seen how he only had 1 assist.
Yeah.
Typical
It's all
Mark.
about himself,
All
James.
by himself.
That gets me back to my point. We were just talking about how Doc's wife said, you have too many trophies in the house, no more. So I think Mark's thinking that he'll get the trophy because Doc can't bring it home.
Well, remember that promo we did about a year ago where Mark was holding the trophy and in the hallway here, we had to take it from him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what he's going to be like if it actually happens. For real.
So
Doc would be fighting over the trophy.
No, he's not allowed to bring it home. No more trophies for Doc.
What if he trades out an old one?
Gives Mark like a 1999
Yeah,
like participation trophy.
Yeah. Trades out an old one and brings this one home. I'm sure his wife wouldn't.
It might work. I mean, this thing though, you need a lot of room for this guy right here. Needs its own table probably. All right.
Doc doesn't have one of these yet, does he?
I don't know if he has a golden ball.
Golden ball's hard to get.
Yeah, golden balls, they don't come around every next up, we have.
Are we done talking about that game?
I could have went another hour,
I
but
feel like we didn't talk as much as we could have about it. Go ahead.
well, we know that they're big fans of the show, so we just try to give them what they want. Next up, we have Back on a Mission facing ACC Rainmakers. Mike, talk to me about this Back on a Mission team. I just saw on Facebook, and when I see something on Facebook, I know it's fact, unless it's photoshopped. I just saw on Facebook that Maurice just said, you know, he can't play this weekend.
What?
Yeah, that's what I saw. Do you think he's scared of the big game? That changes everything, doesn't it? This just in, breaking news across the bottom of the screen right now. Maurice just posted on the Facebook page probably a couple hours ago that he said, SMH, I can't play this weekend.
Oh no.
That changes everything.
Oh no. Well, it depends. Depends if they have Mike Edwards.
Yeah, sure.
Guy's 6'8". Played at Delaware back in his heyday. He can play. This team can play.
Now, Dan, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You were the only team this entire season to beat ACC Rainmakers.
Oh, we're the only ones?
So if you're going to give Back on a Mission some advice, what would you tell them right now?
Scouting advice?
They got to do better?
Well,
Gotta do
the
a
game
better
we
job.
played, The game we played ACC. If you want an honest to God scouting report, and this is not disrespectful to ACC, prove me wrong because you have all season after. Our game really turned their season around. You know, so if they win the championship, I think they should cut the trophy in half and give at least half of it to us. So that because we really helped them. We helped them put together a really good season after that.
So
first
you
game.
want to ruin the golden ball?
Yeah, we'll take half of it. Yeah, take half of it, sure. But no, I mean, the game we played against them, we just played in a zone and just made them shoot threes, and they could not hit anything from outside. And we were fine. They were content to shoot from outside, even when they were making it. So that's kind of how we played against them, and we pulled out the win.
So, ACC, Rainmakers, Brian Salter, Tavon Moore, the rest of the guys. All I'm hearing from Dan right now is he's saying you can't shoot. He's saying you can't shoot. When I saw,
How disrespectful.
is it Dante Navarro?
Yeah.
I saw him knocking down threes.
Hey,
I saw Rich Seth knocking down threes.
Could've just been
Tavon Moore knocking down threes.
Harvey knocking down threes.
Skylar Harvey knocking down threes. So disrespectful.
Could have just been a bad game, but
For
as you
all our
said,
viewers, you disrespected ACC.
yeah, it's fine. They get it.
They're going to come angry.
They
this week.
have
They're
bad
gonna
respect.
win now.
They have bad respect for the Catalina wine mixers. After
Dan-
we beat them in week 1.
Dan, after looking at their numbers from playing against the Fireballs
You
this
beat them in
week,
week
you may have a point. They were 4 for 14 from the 3-point line. You may have a point.
Just saying. Just
Whoa,
saying.
you beat them week 1?
Yeah.
It's like Alabama losing. in
Oh,
college
stop.
football.
We didn't even have a
They're
couple
still
guys.
in the
We
championship.
didn't have Steve, and Steve put up like 22 and 10 the past couple weeks for us. We didn't
Well,
even
that's
have
not
him.
Are you saying ACC hasn't gotten any better?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just
Did
saying.
you not watch their highlight video, Dan?
Honestly, I didn't.
Well,
Disrespect
go watch.
again.
We had people questioning whether they're an A team
Whether they're
because of the
18.
highlight video.
Yeah, I said before. I mean, it's not.
And if they're an 18, you got to put Catalina in the A
Yep.
with half a trophy, I guess.
I'll take half a trophy. I'm not sure I'll take going to the A, but I'll take half a trophy.
So,
I'm gonna say, sorry, to answer your question, maybe you didn't even ask me who's gonna win. I'm gonna tell you. Back on a Mission's gonna win by 5. They beat Elite, and Elite is the closest.
ACC
thing-
beat Elite too.
Well, Back on a Mission is going to beat ACC this week by 5.
What?
I've stunned you.
I mean, I can't be mad at that prediction, but I think ACC's going to win. They're going to win by 5.
See, I'm torn right now. With a healthy Maurice Farreau showing up for the game, I just have to see the only reason he's missing is for the injury. There's no other way.
Gotta be.
No other way he would miss this game. This is a semifinals game and then championship game.
Correct.
So, I mean, Maurice is good for what? 16, 17. Actually, you know what? I was supposed to check Maurice's assists because his team was getting on me. They said, Dave, where's my profile picture? And I was like, well,
Such entitlement.
and you know what I said to him? I said, well, Maurice always has the ball in his hands. I said, I can't take a picture of you. You know, I'm not just going to snap a picture of you sitting on the bench. You don't want that as your profile picture. So Maurice said, check my assists. So you know what? I'm going to do that right now.
Prove a point.
Where is the... To assess.
2?
To assess. Prove my point.
Hello, Carla.
Hi.
What's up?
And we're back from commercial break.
And we're back. It's a long commercial break, but, you know, you got to pay the bills.
Yeah, exactly.
All the sponsors we have.
Now we were
Line up.
waiting on your response for who's gonna win.
Well, as I mentioned, no Maurice. So I wasn't going to go with Back on a Mission anyway, so I'm still not going with them. All right? You know, yeah, they have Omar, they have other players who can play, but you know what? ACC, from what I'm seeing right now, with Raymar, Tavon Moore, Rich Seth, the rest of the guys, Brian Salter has his boys ready. The only thing that can stop them from winning this game is showing up at tip-off.
That's
Which
what
ACC
they
has,
did last
they have
year.
done before.
They did
If that's
last
what
year.
happens, you know, all bets are out the door, but I'm assuming they're going to get here early, they're going to be ready, and I'm going with the Rainmakers by 4 points in an overtime thriller.
First overtime.
First overtime throw of the playoffs.
Yeah, with the new overtime rules, longer overtimes. We're all 5-minute overtimes now.
Yeah, that's true. It's playoff time. So, here's our options for the championship game. We have either Hog Mob versus the Rainmakers, or Hog Mob versus Back on a Mission, or we have Team Doc versus Rainmakers, Team Doc back on a mission. Those are options.
I got it. ACC and Hog Mob, according to my picks.
Okay. Who wins that game, Mike, and why?
I gotta go with ACC. I mean, oh man. Yeah, I gotta go with ACC. Who's the bunch?
So ACC will be hoisting this trophy at the end of the season?
Yes. Brian Salter will get his first ACC championship.
Okay. I
He's
like
been in
that.
a couple finals, but he hasn't been able to come away with this thing.
Not just yet.
This is the year. This is the year, Dan.
Dan, who's your pick for the finals?
I disagree. Hog Mob is going to beat Back on a Mission in the championship and by about 7 points.
So
Yep.
the number one.
You're looking at me like I'm crazy. They're the number one.
No, I never. I was thinking about it. I was letting it.
I'm
You
looking
know,
at
I was processing.
There's nothing to think about.
I was
here.
processing.
Dan, how
It's
often does the
science.
number one seed win?
I don't know. I don't have those stats.
And the faculty wasn't even number one last
Yeah.
season when they won.
That was
gosh.
like a 4 seed.
Listen, I already said that Team Doc is going to be in the championship, going against ACC Rainmakers, and I already talked about how many championships Doc and Mark have, and
That's
how
good.
Doc's not allowed to bring his trophy home
That's going to be
anymore.
coming in between both of them.
Every day, Mark
Chemistry
walks
good
into the
going.
office and he walks over to the faculty's championship trophy and he just stares at it. And I say, Mark, what are you doing? And he says he just gets mesmerized by trophies. And you know what? Mark's just going to have to continue staring because he's not going to win this
He's
championship.
got to wait
I'm
another
going
season.
with the Rainmakers. Brian Salter is due. He's hungry for this championship. The rest of the Rainmakers are playing their best basketball right now. There it is. I said it. I'm going with the Rainmakers. So we both went Rainmakers, huh?
This is going to be Brian Salter.
You went Hog Mob. You didn't even have Team Doc in the championship. You didn't have Team Doc in the championship. So if I was betting on the game, I'd bet on Team Doc since no one picked them. But I'm not betting on the game. So I'm going with the Rainmakers.
You just put together logic and then you went, nope, but I'm not going to go with that
So we
one.
got 2 Rainmakers and 1 Hog Mob.
Yes.
Look, there's Mark. See you, Mark. It's going to be the last time.
He sees it all the way down.
He thinks we're telling him he's going to win it. Look at him.
Look, he's about 100 feet away from
That's
us.
adorable. He
Yeah.
thought that he rose his fists up like this, like
Yeah.
he was going to win it.
Yeah, sorry, Mark. No one
man.
picked you.
The ultimate betrayal.
He stole a lollipop, too.
Can't believe it. All right, let's talk about the A Division Championship. It's going to be 6:30 here at Hack. This is what we've been waiting for since
Yes,
week
it
one.
is.
This
1
crowns
versus 2.
the best basketball team in Delaware. This crowns it for all the marbles. You don't have your usual cast of characters like Drunk Monkey. Who else is usually there at the end? Help me out here. I mean, it's usually like a Drunk Monkey Crew Championship.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
usually what it is.
We
Drunk
do
Monkey and
have-
the crew have been in the last, 4 championships.
We have the
Celtics,
Crew
Lakers.
and we have the Tigers. The Tigers just beat an extremely tough WSI team, which knocked off Drunk Monkey without Rock Anderson.
Wow.
Is this Tigers team? Do they have what it takes to win this championship, Dan?
We have the MVP, right?
Yep, they
Yes,
have
yes they do. Marky D.
a reigning MVP and a former
And a former MVP. 2 MVPs, which Mike and I were just talking about the other day. No other team has that on the roster.
Right.
Other than us. I think John Rodriguez run MVP twice.
Yeah, that's it.
Because of that, I'm gonna go with them. I say they win the championship. They win by 5.
Tigers win by 5.
Mike?
Are you disrespecting the crew down there?
Well, by saying they're not gonna win a championship, I guess I could take it that way. But I'm just gonna give respect to the Tigers.
And they're going to take it that way.
That's
too.
fine.
They're going to be
That's
angry walking in.
Be very upset.
Sunday.
Be very offended personally, because I mean it maliciously.
I have to go with the crew. Winning their back-to-back championship. And the 3rd team ever to win 3 of these. Total.
3 golden balls.
3 golden balls.
3 golden balls. Wow, that would be impressive.
Yeah.
Just imagine, like I remember, seeing LeBron hold up the MVP, and like, how are you gonna hold all 3?
Yeah. I guess you
Is it
can-
possible?
I guess you can count Team Doc in there for 3, right?
Yeah, but not 3 golden balls.
Yeah, 3 golden balls.
That's when it got serious.
They'd be the first team ever to win 3 golden balls.
True.
True.
So
Gotta
you're
go.
going with the Crew.
Gotta go with the Crew.
You're going with the Tigers.
They're gonna win by 1. The Crew is gonna win by 1 point.
How's it going to go down?
Tigers are gonna miss a jumper at the end.
Who's going to miss it?
Oh, I can't.
No, you have your crystal ball. I mean, come on. You know.
And
it's gonna
Jermaine
happen.
Daniels, you think he's going to miss it?
I'm not saying anything. I know they're gonna win. The Crew's gonna win by 1 point. It's gonna come down to 1 defensive stop for the Crew.
Well, listen, I don't like to call players out. I don't like to call teams out. Rock Anderson missing the semifinals game. Not acceptable.
He's back.
Yeah, but you know what? No. He might as well sit out in the championship.
No.
You just seem so personally offended. Like, that was funny.
Why go and make Rock a nice highlight video and then he doesn't show up for the championship game? Come on, Dan.
I agree.
He'll
Like,
be at the
I didn't say
championship.
anything agree. It's just funny.
Oh, hit semifinals. They might not have been there. All right. I told the Tigers this past week they play their best basketball with 5. If Rock shows up, that gives them 6.
So that ruins it.
And I also told them that because they won this week and proved me wrong, that I was going to pick them. And I was going to pick them to win by 25.
Yeah.
But after thinking about that, I realized how ridiculous it sounds picking them to beat the reigning champs.
But they did call you out. They caught you running away. This past weekend.
I was cleaning up.
No,
It
you
was
were
time to
running-
clean up, Mike.
You
It
were
was time to
running
clean up. It's the
away.
last game of the night.
They
It was
came
time
up to
clean
me and
up.
said, "Which one you picked against us?" I said, "It wasn't me. I picked you guys." And we look at Dave. He's running out of the gym.
Did they beat
I
him
said,
up?
"There's your answer right there."
Listen, I don't want Marcus mad at me. I don't want Coley mad at me. I don't want Jermaine mad
They're
at
already
me.
mad at you.
I don't. Corey would never get mad at me, so I'm not worried about Corey getting mad at me. And on the other end, I don't want Kivas mad at me. I don't want Lucky mad at me. So you know
Just
what?
don't make a pick. Don't make one.
No, I have to. Everyone
Yeah,
is on the
We
edge
got
of their
one
seats
Tigers.
right now.
We got
Just-
one Tigers, one Crew. So you
Just
can
go the
make somebody
Rasheed.
mad.
Just go the Rasheed Wallace route. Just go. Both teams will play hard. Both teams will play hard. And just keep saying that over and over again.
I got to pick a winner. I'm going with the Tigers. The Tigers win their first Hack Adult Basketball Championship in a double overtime thriller.
10.
So yes, we're gonna get 10 free minutes of
10
basketball
free
on
minutes of
Sunday.
basketball.
Will the MVP get this as well?
This is the MVP trophy. So you pick Tigers. So pick me a player from the Tigers that's gonna win this MVP trophy.
Oh, come on, Marky D. Easy.
So regular season,
And playoffs.
playoffs, and championship.
That's a heck of a year.
Yeah.
I feel like I was
And then-
snubbed
and then-
last season in our championship game. I feel like I should have been taking this home. Who do we give it to?
I don't know, Turk or Scooty, probably.
That guy who
It
had
was probably
30
Scooty.
The guy who had
Yeah,
37
I think it
points.
was-
Yeah, I think Scooty had 2 games with like 37. We probably gave it to him.
You know.
My MVP
We should have
pick.
brought him back for the playoffs.
Yeah. That's what you had.
My MVP pick is going to be Rock Anderson. That's who I'm going
They're
with.
great picks.
Everyone looks so-
My MVP pick is going from the actual team that's going to win this thing, the Crew. And it's going to be Tone Washington. Yeah, tough game.
Yeah, rough game.
Rough game.
She's on a little bit of a drought right now.
He had one bad game.
Bit of a slump.
His team, look, he's
If I was picking the Crew, I would have went with Pat.
He's the primary
I went
scorer.
with Sean Green.
He's the primary scorer on that team, and he had a tough game shooting, and they still won. So imagine what he's.
Or I would have
gonna
went
do
with
this week.
Vern. Or I went with Kivas.
Vern took over this weekend. This past weekend in the semifinals. I'm going with Tone Washington. Who's going to win this? There's nothing either of you can say.
In a losing effort.
I've already said
No, in a
it.
winning effort.
All right, that's going to wrap it up this week. We have some great Great games on Sunday. I can't wait. Best Sunday of the year.
Yeah.
The capital B-E-S-T.
Better than the Super Bowl.
Yes, because we're offering 4 great games.
Yes, not just one.
Thanks for checking us out. We'll see everyone on Sunday. To the millions of fans watching, come on out on Sunday nights. And Dan's millions of followers on Rant Sports, they can come out and watch too.
Oh yeah.
All of them. They're all welcome. All right, we'll see everyone on Sunday.